Top of the morning to you, everyone. It's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I hope you are well. Today we are making some baked cinnamon sugar donuts. Now, I've got to be honest with you, you've just seen what they look like, and I, right now, am quite skeptical. I do not think they're going to be that bad, but I've always liked fried donuts. But the other day, I was in a kitchen shop, which I tend to just hover around in with my love for gadgets and appliances. And I found this thing. This is something I've been looking for ages, actually. It's a silicone donut pan. It was on offer. It was only like about £1. Some of you online saying it looks a bit like tentacles, but with this, it makes baking donuts possible. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make baked donuts. I hope they're going to taste gorgeous. By the end, we'll find out if that is the case. Very, very simple indeed to make a batter. We shove it in there, just bake it in about 10 to 12 minutes. It should be okay. So just before we get started, some of you guys have been going, Barry, what's going on with the vlogs? I'm just having a little break from them at the moment. They'll be coming back imminently, maybe even next week. Just a teeny little break. That's all. Because it does take up a lot of my time. And before we get started, I know I teased the idea that I was doing a collaboration with Threadbanger. Just to let you know, that is still happening. We pushed it back now to probably September that I'll be going over there. But there's also the crazy Russian hacker who I believe I'll be doing a collaboration with too. So that's cool, right? So aside from our little silicone tray there, which needs a darn good wash. All right, and because it's silicone, I probably will not grease it. If you've got one of the ones that are metal, you're gonna need to lubricate it in some way. But aside from that, we have some flour, some butter, baking powder, salt from a pug, 1 egg, vanilla extract, a mix of cinnamon and nutmeg together because I couldn't really be bothered to put them into separate pots, sugar, and in here is some buttermilk. So remember we used some buttermilk to make our chicken really tender when we did the popcorn chicken recently. The acid in there works away at the chicken. It's kind of like the same concept with that. Here, the acids help with the baking of keeping the actual final donut a little tender. It works really well with the baking powder. So for your basic donut mix, that is all you're gonna need today. Amazing, but of course you can add other different toppings on and things like that. We're gonna go for a cinnamon and sugar coating, so we will need a bit more cinnamon sugar and some butter to act as a glue, but you can do icing, you can do Homer Simpson style icing. I think he would really like that. You could do chocolate, you could do like maple syrup, anything you want. The main thing for me is if this works and it legitimately tastes good, I'll be experimenting some more. First thing I'm gonna do is actually melt this butter. It's room temperature anyway, so it's a little bit sort of saggy. So we'll just bung it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. Shabba dabba ding dong. Essentially like making a cake, we're gonna get all our wet ingredients in first. Pug watch. So into that bowl, melted butter. We crack in an egg, and actually for a hack I was told that if you hit it on a flat surface rather than the edge of the bowl like here, it actually works better. So I'm gonna go. No it doesn't. No it doesn't at all. That was actually a hack that Mrs. Barry and I were gonna do this Sunday in the hacks video that we've already filmed, so look out for that one. But at least the shell was in big clumps. I'm gonna drop in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So if you're making strawberry donuts, use some strawberry extract. Want to do lemon poppy seed donuts, use some lemon extract. In goes the acidic buttermilk. That is all the wet ingredients, so we'll just grab ourselves a spatula, break down the egg yolk, mix it all together. Oh, it smells like an ice cream. I'm loving this. Now in some recipes it's typical to do your wet ingredients first, then you dry, and sometimes you do it in separate bowls. For me, I've never really bothered with stuff like that. I just do it in one bowl and try and keep it simple. So there's the nutmeg and cinnamon, our baking powder, pug salt, not too much of that, just a little shake, sugar, and the flour that I'm not even sieving, all right? We're just gonna work this through. It's gonna thicken up, but it should become our dough batter, and that will be it. Oh, look at this. I'm loving that. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to scrape the bottom with your spatula just to push any of those powders away and merge it and mingle it. You don't want any of that hide in there. And this, I'm so happy with it. You could definitely do this with a stand mixer if you want, but a little bit of elbow grease hurts nobody. Let's preheat our oven. In retrospect, you should probably do that before you start anything because this is so quick. It's done already. And look, that is literally, my bowl's all stacked up. That's all the stuff that I need to wash up. Easy. Just to give it some stability, I'm gonna sit it on a baking tray because they can, you know, I'd hate to put all the batter in there and go, ugh. I will do that. So this will do. I'm gonna take my time with this step whilst my oven preheats. I'm gonna just spoon the mixture in there all around. I'm only gonna probably like 2/3 fill it to give it a little bit of room to grow. I'm gonna cover a couple like this. Just completely cover that like that. And there's a couple I'm going to leave with the hole actually showing so it bakes around it. But if you don't have a donut pan, just use like a cupcake tin or something like that. Just make donut cupcakes. My oven's preheated and I'm just giving it a little tap just to settle it. I'll tidy up around there a little bit. Then we bung them in the oven. All right, in they go, and we will see them in about 10 to 12 minutes. Whilst they are baking in the oven, don't forget there is a full baking playlist here on the channel that's been going for years. There's hundreds of recipe ideas and inspiration on there for you. So have a bar of fun, check it out, or try these out. Whatever you do, send me a picture on social media at Mavajankachan. You smell that? We're about 2 minutes away from them being done. They're looking good. They have risen just to the top, which is perfect. I'm loving it. Right, appliance garage. We need a wire rack for these to cool down on. I think every house needs a appliance garage in their kitchen now. The donuts are just going to sit on the wire rack to chill whilst we brush them with a little bit of butter, and then we'll roll them in cinnamon sugar. Ooh. All right, so I've taken these out of the oven. They've been out for about 3 or 4 minutes now, and it's still, I can hold the silicone, but it's still warm, which is good for this next step. For reference, the main one that I coated loads on, it's kind of just covered it, and I could probably poke the hole out of it if you want, or it might be quite cool to hide some filling in there. I don't know. But they look all good, and I did put a toothpick in one of them just to make sure that it's cooked through. If it's gooey, keep it in there a little bit longer, but it took me 12 minutes. Yeah, that's the one without the hole. But holy wow, that is one with the hole. Amazing. Last up, all I'm going to do is take some sugar, a little shimmy of cinnamon on there, probably about half a teaspoon. Mix it through to make a cinnamon sugar. A little bit of melted butter brushed onto the donuts. Be sure to do both sides and the sides. And I'll just show you with that first one, we can stick it into our cinnamon sugar, roll it round. Oh my gosh. Try and do this with one hand so you keep one clean hand. But there we go. See that? Nice coated cinnamon sugar donuts. So there we go then, folks. I hope you'll agree that these baked donuts look the part. But let's see what they taste like. Oh, that texture is amazing. That is good. The texture's there, the taste is there. You're not getting that, maybe that crispness of fried food. And also, you know, when you go to a fair and you smell fried donuts, that's the only thing I'm not getting, but they taste phenomenal. It's not just like a cakey texture, it's got like a lighter feel to it, and it really, really works. In fact, they're blooming stonking. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the full recipe is on myvirginkitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.